there, everybody. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for being with me here tonight. I just want to let you know tonight, just real quick, the Las Vegas Raiders beat the Cleveland Browns tonight on a special Monday night game, 16-14. It was a disappointing loss for the Browns, who could not afford to lose this game tonight. They blew it in the final seconds, unfortunately. Derek Carr, 25 of 38, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Brian Edwards, he may have only had 3 catches for 8 yards, but he had the touchdown catch in the ball game. Jonathan Abram, 2 tackles for loss tonight. The Raiders didn't even record a sack this evening. For the Cleveland Browns, the Browns were minus Baker Mayfield. They did not have Case Keenum available, so they went with third-string quarterback Nick Mullins. He was 20 of 30 for 147 yards and a touchdown. Nick Chubb was back, 23 carries for 91 yards, and he had a touchdown in the ball game. Harrison Bryant, he may have only had 2 catches for 11 yards, but he had the touchdown catch in the game. The Raiders have proved the Raiders proved that they were the usual Raiders. 7 penalties for 64 yards, but Cleveland had 3 very bad penalties for 61 yards in the ball game. As for the Cleveland Browns, they only had 13 first downs, 236 yards total offense. Most of their starters were out due to COVID, unfortunately, and this came at a bad time. The Raiders dominated the game in time of possession. They had the ball for over 33 minutes, and that's how they managed to win this game tonight. And my hat's off to the Raiders. They got it done, and they did it. My congrats to them. Next week, they get to face the Kansas City Chiefs, and hopefully they'll keep their playoff hopes alive. As for the Cleveland Browns, we took a hit. We had a chance to jump into first place in the AFC North, but with this loss, we are now find ourselves dead last in a very competitive AFC North. I mean, think about this. The Bengals, 8-6. The Ravens, 8-6. The Bengals lead to the division due to the tiebreak. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 7-6-1. They're still alive. Now, Cleveland, this loss hurt us big. But if we can find some way to beat the Packers and win out the rest of the way, we may have a shot. If you stop and think about it. This was a disappointing loss, and it came at a bad, bad time. And I'm going to tell you this. It's going to come down to who wants it the most at the end of this season. And believe it or not, if you look at the AFC playoff picture, we have 13 teams who have a record of 500 or better. We have 13 teams fighting for positioning in the playoffs. And if you stop and look at the playoff picture in the AFC, you'll see what I mean. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're the 1 seed at 10-4. The New England Patriots, they suffered a setback to the Indianapolis Colts last Thursday night. They're at 9-5. The Tennessee Titans, they suffered a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They find themselves on the 3 seed at 9-5. The Cincinnati Bengals, a huge win over the Denver Broncos on Sunday. They find themselves as the number 4 seed. Then you get into the 3 wild card spots. The Indianapolis Colts, I think they're going to be safe now. They're only about a half a game back of the Tennessee Titans in the AFC South at 8-6. Right now, the Colts have the 5 seed. I think they're going to be safe. Then you get into the interest, and then from the 6 and 7 and the teams in the hunt, that's where it's going to get interesting. The LA Chargers, they have the 6 seed at 8-6. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday night last week. The Buffalo Bills find themselves at the 7 seed, clinging to their playoff lives. And then after that, you get into the teams in the hunt. The Baltimore Ravens, a loss last week, this past Sunday to the Green Bay Packers really killed them. They're on the outside looking in. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a huge catapult and got a huge win over the Tennessee Titans. They're at 7-6-1. They can still get in. And then you get into the 7-7 teams. The Las Vegas Raiders, huge winners tonight over the Cleveland Browns at 7-7. The Miami Dolphins, they still have an outside shot at getting in. They need some help, though. The Cleveland Browns, they were the team that really suffered a setback tonight. And this loss to the Raiders really hurt them. And the Denver Broncos losing to the Cincinnati Bengals, we don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is going to be back next week after the injury he suffered. Those 4 teams, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Broncos, those 4 teams are 7-7. So literally, you got 8 teams fighting for 2 wild card spots. That's how crazy it is. But I look at it like this. I know there's 3 wild card spots, but in my opinion, the Indianapolis Colts at the 5 seed, I think they're going to be safe now. They went out, and if the Titans can get a little bit of bad luck, the Colts may be able to jump up. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But the Browns losing this game tonight really hurt. They're dead last. Right now, the Browns are dead last in a 4-team NFC North, which is still crowded and too close to call at this late hour. The Browns, this coming Saturday on Christmas Day, they get to face the Green Bay Packers, and oh boy, I'm not looking forward to that. Aaron Rodgers and company, look out. The Browns are going to have their hands full, and that's all there is to it. And that's the truth of the matter. The Raiders got a huge win. They've proven they're still alive in the playoffs. The Browns suffered a huge setback. We'll have to wait and see what happens with just a couple of weeks to go in the season. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I just wanted to take a few minutes and just chat with you guys, just take a moment with you guys to bring you up to date on what happened tonight between the Raiders and the Browns and bring you up to date on the latest AFC playoff picture. And I just want to let you guys, I will be back here tomorrow night to let you know what's going to be happening in the NFC playoff picture. Because we've got the Rams playing tomorrow night. They're fighting the Cardinals in the NFC West, and that's about to get crowded. If the Rams can get a huge win, they can jump up. And look out for that. Then you got Washington playing Philadelphia tomorrow night as well. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here tonight. And thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. Good night, everybody, and I thank you.